Good afternoon, everybody. So today's lecture, or morning where you are, sorry, I'm going to talk about the power of reflection, which has been a really, really strong component, part of my research. What is reflection and how do we use it? Defining reflection. First of all, a basic definition of reflection is for any stage in our life, especially during university, that kind of stuff, is the power to reflect upon information that we've been given, use a moment in time, for example. Now, why is reflection so important, especially if you want to go through the healing process right now? If you've lost someone, and I've lost my mum about not quite 2 years ago through cancer, and there's been a lot of deaths, as we know, through COVID-19, sadly. And reflection is that taking that time out and sitting down, and a lot of it we do with mind, so up here, and one of the best ways we can do that is, you can see me out on my walk again this week, filming walking in health, success and stress, and I'm really happy to keep going with this rest of my life with this series, because I think I'm using myself and my research and my own personal life as a case study, which I think is important, and I'm hoping that companies and professors around the world can build upon this video and use it as part of their research, as I am doing myself. But going back to the power of reflecting and what it is, it's just taking time out in one sense. So for example, I'll give you a difficult situation. When I was having my seizures, and I've suffered from Non-Epileptic Attack Disorder for 5 years, I've not had a seizure in over a year, which has been really good for me. If and when I did, going through my seizures, which are triggered off by stress and anxiety, as we know during COVID-19, now the time is high for increases in stress levels. And when I had a seizure, I go on the ground, I shake violently in my head. You can still speak to me, but I shake for up to 2 hours. Really drain on the body. And what would happen normally is that I'd have a seizure, I'd go into hospital, the ambulance service would administer me with the medication. Can't remember the medication now, but that would help me come back down a level. And then I wouldn't let myself reflect that much. I'd give myself 24 hours, 48 hours and go back to work as a teacher, and it was kind of really just not good for my health, really, not having that reflection, that time spent doing that. It's a harsh world. I've been through so much pain, but what has got me through, the core skill, and it takes all my research, when you reflect upon your performance, and the performance can be not just literally running around a track and seeing how fast you can go, but when things get hard, if you lose someone, don't get me wrong, you need help. Sometimes you need counselling. Anybody through life, you can't go through life on your own, it's just impossible. And having gone through so much trauma in my life, the power that's got me through is that reflection. And I'll release some reflection documents soon on LinkedIn for you to work through and to experiment with. I welcome feedback on that, and there's some amazing courses on LinkedIn Learning. But talking about my experiences and what I think people need to realise is that when your stress levels are really high, they're so high, and you're in that state of mind and you're thinking, right, I'm at work, or you're at home, you're working from home. There's a lot of people working from home at the moment, and I know that companies are doing their best to try to design training solutions. L&D's doing a marvellous job at the moment trying to keep in line with performance, but mental health has to come first, as in your state of mind. Now, it's going to go through periods of ups and downs, emotions, A couple of weeks ago, I shared one of my most successful posts on LinkedIn, highest engagement ever. The story of Forrest Gump, how to improve and increase your emotions during lockdown. And that's about putting yourself in someone else's shoes, sharing your skill knowledge. But when we reflect, it's kind of different, because we have to put ourselves in a state of mind that, right, okay, my dad just died, I've got to spend time with this. And sometimes you feel whatever you've gone through during this lockdown period, any time in your life, I ain't got time, I've got to feed the kids, I've got to pay the bills. And when we let that anxiety reach certain levels, then it can manifest into panic attacks, which it often does, and it has been happening across the globe. So reflection is, in some cases, working with a counsellor. For skills development, written evaluations are really good, especially if you're doing it as a self-directed learner. So companies out there, Pearson, Sky, watching this right now, you've really got to get back into the habit of getting people and students into paper-based systems, because technology will take your performance to a certain level, but we learn more when we write things down and we reflect. So I'll release some self-reflection forms soon on LinkedIn, new ones I'm going to design. So how do you move forward through this difficult period of coronavirus? And the fact is that if you don't spend time reflecting upon things you've gone through, and even your achievements, so reflection can be used both in a context of something bad perhaps that you've been through, but also in a perspective, right, I need to celebrate, wow, let me reflect on that. Because we always look at reflection, and I've spoken about the first few minutes on the negative things that happened during COVID-19 and throughout our lives. So we also need to go, right, because where my research has got me through in terms of sports development, advancement, I know that British canoeing used to follow me, not so much now, but my advances in kind of where my research has gone in terms of performance is that when you have your targets, your KPIs, your performance running, when you reflect on your good measures, right, I run around the track, I did those press-ups, I did amazingly well, I'm going to celebrate that. And one of the best ways we can do that really is just having that mindfulness moment of, right, wow, I got first, wicked, there's been a few celebrations recently for me on LinkedIn, getting the engagement 1% on several posts has been really good, and that's given me feedback in terms of, right, because what I'm doing now, if you haven't noticed, on LinkedIn is designing specific learning rooms. I'm not just posting stuff for the sake of it. I don't need the algorithm no more. I've got my own one, and that is designing specific learning classrooms to help people, and I tag the right people to put into that classroom, and then I get engagement, and then I can kind of see, right, where can I stretch that learning? Should I put that person in that certificate, in that category? I'm doing a kind of a wall system at the moment. Haven't done one in a couple of weeks. A big shout out to Belinda again, Hillman, for winning only the third award I've given out on LinkedIn actually. So I'm hoping to do more. But when we do reflect upon our good experiences, it builds up a stronger mindset. So long term, the next time we go around that track, whether that's running or just something in life, a task, anything, we'll build up a stronger portfolio of actually saying, right, okay, you've done well, you've trained for that. And that's, in the military, we have a very precise, structured program, and all our regiments, including special forces, that's progression, and it works really well. And how all life is about progression, but where our performance hinders, whether it's mentally, socially, student related, as in course, whatever, it's because we've done we haven't done as well as we thought, and then we go into that negative emotion. So to improve our performance, we need to reflect as much and as often as possible, but sometimes we have to have a break. Sometimes, too much reflection is not good for us, and that's when you get into the stage of dwelling. So I highly encourage all people at the moment to set targets, and goal setting is fantastic. Don't overdo it, make it realistic, reflect, get up your training programs, whether that's just for physical running or anything now, because believe it or not, even at a time of bereavement, if you've lost someone during COVID-19, I'm so sorry first of all, but it's one of the best times you can build up and design your own curriculum for performance in your life. Because often I feel that when we talk about the word performance, it's really, everyone associate, right, I'm performing, I'm at my best. It's either sport related or what did I last get on my staff review. And our whole life is about performance. I'm not saying we have to wake up every day and have a mindset of performance. There is a growth mindset, which is fantastic, and you can put different curriculums and components in that. What I'm talking about is just not constantly, but when it's needed, both in the positive and negative aspects of reflecting upon what's happened. Maybe we've had an argument. Let me reflect on that. I want to see where I went wrong. That kind of feeling. So I'm going to end it now. I've spoken a lot about reflection. It's a long, big subject of mine that I love. Thanks for watching. Hope you're safe. Keep your chin up, smile, and just be positive and do your reflection plans. So I'm Stephen Fahey, founder of Learning for You, with you this week. Walking in health, success and stress. We all have our good days and bad days, and it's really important that we spend time just trying to get out into the world as often as we can. Although it's lockdown, it's important that we have walks like this, like I'm doing right now, and we're just trying to celebrate the small wins, and we fight for the big wins for our minds and our bodies and our emotions. Thank you so much. Take care everybody, and I'll see you soon on Walking in Health, Success and Stress.